Knowledge is like a garden. If it is not cultivated, it cannot be harvested. Hello everyone, I am Vandana V Bajeri of class 9 back with a new concept, the outer planets. If you have not yet watched the sun and the inner planets, please press the link given in the description. In our last class, we have studied about the sun and the inner planets. Those are Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, and also about galaxy. In this session, we're gonna study about the outer planets and dwarf planets. Please watch the entire video because at the last, I'm gonna tell you a trick that how to remember the names of the planets. So come, without wasting much time, let us learn about outer planets. The planets are divided into two categories, that is, inner planets and outer planets. These are divided by a belt called asteroid belt. Asteroids are giant space rocks that drift around the inner solar system. Some occasionally come dangerously close to the Earth. Most of the asteroids lie in a belt between Mars and Jupiter. The smallest are the size of a house, while the largest are big enough to be classified as dwarf planets. The four largest asteroids are Ceres, Vesta, Pallas and Hygiea. Scientists think that asteroids are leftovers from the material that formed the planets. All of them together amount to less than a 20th of the moon's mass. The outer planets. The outer planets are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Let us study these planets detailedly. Firstly, Jupiter. Mighty Jupiter is the fifth planet in the solar system, and it is the largest planet in the solar system. So big, in fact, that it's 2.5 times more massive than all the other planets put together. Its strong gravitational pull greatly affects the orbits of other bodies in the solar system. Jupiter's fast rate of spin has stretched its surface clouds into bands with spots and ripples where neighboring bands swirl together. Several craft have visited Jupiter, including Galileo, which orbited from 1995 to 2003. Like a king surrounded by his courtiers, Jupiter is encircled by a great number of moons. There are totally 67 moons, and the four largest moons are Callisto, Europa, Ganymede, and Io. Coming to the profile of Jupiter, the diameter of the Jupiter is 1,42,984 km. The temperature of the Jupiter is minus 120 degrees Celsius. One spin on axis is 9.9 hours and one orbit of Sun is 11.9 years. The mass of the Jupiter is 1.9 into 10 raised to the power 27 kg. The second largest planet and the sixth farthest from the Sun, Saturn, shines like a bright yellow star. Even a small telescope will reveal its most famous feature, a magnificent ring system. Despite Saturn's size, it is only half as dense as Jupiter. Its clouds from less obvious bands than Jupiter's, but fierce storms blow up every 30 years or so, creating giant white spots. Saturn's largest moon, Titan, has a dense atmosphere and a rocky surface with seas of liquid methane. Cassini spacecraft has been orbiting Saturn since 2004. It released a probe, Huygens, that launched on Titan 2005. Saturn's main rings are 360,000 km wide, yet they are only 10 meter thick. A scale model of the rings made with a sheet of paper would be 3 km wide. Beyond the main rings are hazy outer rings. Now come, let us see the profile of Saturn. The diameter of the Saturn is 1,20,536 km or 74,898 miles. The temperature of the Saturn is minus 139 degrees Celsius. One spin on axis is 10.7 hours and one orbit of Sun is 29 years. The number of moons are 62. The mass of Saturn is 5.7 into 10 raised to the power 26 kg and the surface gravity is 10.4 meter per second square. The topsy-turvy world, that is Uranus. Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun and was unknown to ancient astronomers. Even though it is just visible with the naked eyes in perfectly clear and dark skies, it was discovered by musician William Herschel from his back garden in Bath, England in 1781. Uranus is similar to the Neptune but has paler blue, almost featureless face. It is the coldest of all the planets and generates very little heat from within. It orbits on its side perhaps because it was knocked over by a collision with another planet early in its history. Its extreme tilt gives it very long years. Coming to the profile of this topsy-turvy land, the diameter of Uranus is 51,118 km and the temperature is minus 210 degrees Celsius. One spin on axis is 17.2 hours. One orbit of Sun is 84 years. Number of moons 27 moons. The mass of this Uranus is 8.7 into 10 raised to the power 25 kg and the surface gravity is 8.7 meter per second square. The blue planet in our solar system, that is Neptune. So, come let us explore on Neptune. Neptune is the eighth and officially farthest planet from the Sun. It is the smallest but also the most dense of gas giants. Neptune has a surface gravity that is only surpassed by Jupiter. Neptune was the first planet to be discovered purely on the basis of mathematical prediction rather than by direct observation. Since its discovery in 1846, Neptune has completed only one orbit of the Sun. The encyclopedia or the profile of Neptune is the diameter of the Neptune is 49,528 km. The mass of the Neptune is 1.02 into 10 raised to the power 26 kg. The rotation period is 16 hours 6 minutes and the surface gravity 11.2 meter per second square. The solar orbit period is 165 years. The surface temperature is minus 200 degrees Celsius. My very educated mother just showed us nature. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Here, my first letter M indicates Mercury, very V for Venus, educated E for Earth, mother M for Mars, just J for Jupiter, showed S for Saturn, us U for Uranus, nature N for Neptune. This is the trick where we can easily remember the names of the planets. I hope this is useful for you. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Don't miss to press the notification button. I will be back with a new concept, the Earth and the Moon. Until then, take care. Bye bye.